Mark, you sure compete like a pro. Maybe we should recruit to the esports team in Trek City Trexies.
Yes, that is my dream in 2025, Tx.Y 25, EY 1025, this is the fellows downstairs must have chant and root for me for Team Trex as we take against Team Santa. Good thing for new gaming computer the Zaylor Ants have for early Christmas present, as they set it up yesterday as they also got the new gear as with the video game Counter Trexer 2 and others.
Correct, Mark, this says I got this new Trex mate for Christmas this morning, as I am actively in messaging app and voice call to fellows at DG Trex.
No wonder Robert B tuned the TV from gridiron football to esports once Trek City Trexers score a touchdown from Breeze Vision 5 to some esports channel on channel 30 Type R.
This is their special sponsored esports match announced since noon, from Trex Games, occurring since 2 o'clock, this afternoon as it's 2:05, as it sure is contested, Map 1 Round 3 in Counter Trex, Nuke Trex, Map score 1-1 and Team Santa done first kill in defense side. Team Trex in attack side, bomb placed now by Team Trex.
Yes, this as I Sakura must note, it's best of 3 as it to end just before dinner to be 2 to 3 hour match maybe 3.5 as it to be over by 5 to 5:30, maybe as early as 4:30 to 4 o'clock p.m. this afternoon with enough time to spare for prep for dinner.
Yes, Sakura, also just in time for the news as I to tune to some channel once the match ends.
Yes, this is last year, the TV was tuned at Trexer's house to 24 EH, as I recall 1 year ago on subject, Kilotillion in KanborZeven new alpha timekeeping on afternoon of December 30th, 2023 during car show in which my Kenko wins top prize $1 million Trex land dollars. Yes, Robert, this is the prize money of the esports match, winner takes 1 million, runner-up takes home $500,000.
Oh my god, 1 million Trexland dollars. This converts to 400,000 Elitopian Helios and 1,600,000 Tronic Diamond Sickles. New Year's Eve car show is 2.5 times amount, 2.5 million Trexland dollars, but to be held outside Trex City. 2.5 mil for best car in the show.
Yes, however speaking of esports, the bomb explodes. Team Trex leads 2-1 in map 1 going into round 4. It's up to 13 map points to win match and earn match point.
Yes, as I Matthew do know. The esports match to get interesting toward afternoon.
Ha! When did it get announced and when did it start?
Since noon, it starts at 2 o'clock.
I Steve Xylostar also learn of subject as I have my radio tuned to the esports match in audio Silimcast. This is I wonder Trexer also learn of this.
In fact I do. When I was comforting Skittles when his friend in Xenopolis City being kindergartner named Sarah who was attacked by fool who have hate against furries and toddlers in diapers in which Sarah died at the hospital in which Zenzi Cryptor told me of esports match since 1300 hours in Trex City in which I had to detour to DG Trex after picking up you and Daniel Z. I Daniel Xylostar also learn of it via social media as I wonder on scope of the match as the duos are upstairs. Mickey Ironstar, how's your bro Mark doing?
He is competing in esports in best of 3 in Counter Trexer 2 and special sponsored esports match. He opted in for online play as rest compete at DG Trex. This in Trex GR Esports GR Battle Trey Christmas Blitz 2024.
This as I learned from Trexer, it also gets attention to esports team outside of Trex land, being Cloud Deck and Elite City Galaxy as I to monitor both teams and to sound alarm in Trexer's behalf if they challenge Team Trex. This as I head to the washroom but to shave as I got my electric razor trimmer combo I got for Christmas from Trexer as batteries are charged up. There, good thing for my pocket comb at hand as my hair needed to be combed. This is I to head downstairs. Savage, you should have also noted the esports match announced since midday.
What? What the f are you talking about? Is sports on Christmas?
Yes. Oh my god, oh my freaking god. Savage gets Trexed out. The RO mod banhammer has since whacked on him. This is he should have watched what he say even the n-word he said as he should have used word nuggets or nectarines like, what the nectarines. For example.
This along with his BMW, and the gifts for you. Oh wait, I must get out my Trexmate. You are in luck. The presence in Savage's BMW is now in hatch of your friend's hatch as I to call his cell as I to tell him to head to the Zalorants immediately. Do you remember your friend in past years?
Julian, Dewey, Shaw?
No, Carmaster 93, Zion Galtrex. He is visiting Trex City, as I noticed car driving by in past minute.
Is this 24 Litopian hours on Alito News 24 Dek Mill and also playing on Alito News Radio 100.3 playing on Trexers Radio from here in Trex City? We have the subject airing this hour on Trex Vision 4, 24 Trexy hours replacing Trex Vision News 6 o'clock starting tonight.
Not only Trek's version of said evening news show gets aired on Trex Vision 4 on the TV, it also gets airing on Breeze Radio 155 in which Trexer or Chris should have tuned it on the radio at 100.55 MHz on the FM band.
This is I am watching that on my tablet live stream of Trex Vision 4, while radio is tuned to Breeze Radio 155.
Yes, as I do know 24 Trexy hours on Trex Vision 4 and Breeze Radio is same format as with 24 Alitopian hours on Alito News 24 Dek Mill, Dek KanborZeven Colossus on KB News 24 Dek, Mill Troni Diamond Trokans on TD News Mill, ATR News Net and Omni News Net, and used to be 24 Zwinky hours in Zwinky platform on Sine Tube from 2008 to 2015, inspired to the one in AV, RD, Filipino land aka Philippines from GMA 7, 24 Horas.
Yes, as auras means hours.
From Alito News 24 Dek Mill Alito Tronics Telemedia HQ in Elite City. Here as Ringo Silverstar. And here as Brittany Zaniels. This is 24 Alitopian hours on Alito News 24 Dek Mill.
Welcome to 24EH Christmas Edition. I am Daniel Scrozuli, filling in for Ringo Silverstar and Brittany Zaniels who they are off for tonight. We report from the Alito News 24 Dek Mill News Central rather than the 24EH studios for tonight. We report on developing story on high-profile death of RD Trex kid's friend assaulted by pedo in Xenopolis City in moments as we begin with esports alert off the top, as we have since learned from Alito News 24 Dek Mill Newsroom and those at Alito GRESP and sister network Aravision VWG2N, that Elite City Galaxy who to compete again at Cloud Deck in the Grand Finals on 30th of Siner GE Olympics final here in Elite City. They challenge winner of Trexland's special esports event, concluding since 4:20 p.m. Elite City and Trex City, Team Trex who won against Team Santa, 2-0, at DigiTrex in Trex City, Trexland in best of 3 encounter Trexer 2 in which gets attention to ECG Team Trex has accepted the challenge as they to compete in the match at Elite City's Alito Plaza Center at Alito Digi Arena to occur at 7 o'clock p.m. Elite City, Choi and Desanute 0, December 25, 2024 and U25th, EY 1024 Elite Day 360 on a Wednesday and Quaddies evening, they to compete in best of 3 in Tronglerant. We go live to Alito GRESP Joseph Kanders live at Alito Plaza Center for more.
Now, this as it is time for the ultimate Trex gift for you, Trexer, as we originally to move the present outside at my house in Trex City. However, since we are in Elite City, we have enough space at this S-Libment for this. This is your relatives Zen, Sean, and Robert are also in attendance. Yes, this is its time, as I to open up the present. Wait a minute, where is Trixie, the Trexer Mauser? It would be a no-show without him.
I am here. I do apologize as I had to see the Trex friends, and the fellows at Elito Plaza Center at Elito DG Arena Esports Arena. Mark Ironstar is confirmed in Starter 5 in Team Trex and Esports at 1900 hours, and .000, 10 o'clock sign. Trexer, open up the gift now.
Okay, Trixie, this is Trexer to open it now, here we go. Mark Zaniels, why are you near the front window? What you looking at outside? Corey Zanders, I and Catherine Zaniels received push notification on my and her phones, on subject detected via smart security camera outside, via smart home security system as the security lights came on even though system is disarmed as alarm did not go off. This must be some crate on wheels and one RDK 3000 TriStar fellow, believed to be Trexer from Trex City up north, who made surprise visit thanks to esports announcement at 1748. Trexer must open. Some fellow I note peeking from the window, must ring the doorbell. Trexer has spotted me. He's heading to front door. Hello. Mark Zaniels here. This is Trexer, Rex Z Cryptor, Rex Xylistar, from RDK 3000 TriStar and R8664 Studios Trex, for you Raptor, Mark Z Cryptor, Mark Zaniels from Elite City at the Zaniels residence. It is wise to stop peeking at the subject and don't you bring out your video camera or phone, tablet or pocket mate to record the subject out the window.
I am Catherine Zaniels. Mr. Xylistar, please be advised your crate with wheels, assumingly being Christmas present from someone you know, maybe your relative or friend, has tripped off our home security system via our smart security camera and video doorbell, resulting in push notifications to our phones, security lights to come on that result in Corey Xander's dog barking next door, and Christmas decor outside to light up, and security camera to capture motion streaming to our devices and captured on dashboard camera on Mark Zaniels' 2025 Flex Connex PHEVs parked behind the object in question.
Miss Zaniels, is it wise to move the crate, or temporarily disable the recording function of your security cameras?
I to pause the recording and to black out the feed until 7 o'clock p.m, Mr. Xylistar.
Thank you, Miss Zaniels.
I must head inside a little plaza center. This as I need to check out the place as I never been there ever.
You are permanently banned. Forever.
Remark Cryptor, and this is Chris K. Cryptor from Studio RDE.
We to return to VWGT in a few, but first we want to bring what's in store for RDKTSR Blitz coming up at top of the hour on RDK TV.
Welcome back to VWGT, Virtual World and Gaming today, on Aerovision. I am Robert James.
I am Mark J. Phelps.
I am Melissa Katzenschen.
We are bringing to you live for remainder of this hour and next hour at Elito Plaza Center in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia as it's 1:40 p.m. Elite City, regarding the current time.
Incoming on.
Hit the deck.
Oh my god. Oh god.
Whoa. Oh my god. We must have to bring attention to event that has resulted in disruption of VWGT production. This as it resulted in Jinx safety system to activate as the Silumcast on Jinx Vision is switched to Silumcast of Jinx Net. This as Aero Systems has since cut to slide as Code X is announced.
As an abundance of precaution, we have alerted the distributors who is still under programming grade, Trex Vision 4, Trony Explosive Vision and KBMK, to terminate the Silumcast, as we have since learned, as per statement. This incident occurred outside of Elito Plaza Center on Canbertronics Street West in Elite City. Some BMW M5 has been smashed by the so-called ban hammer as we learn, owned by Savage Sistico, who was unbanned following 24-hour ban land sentence from Trex Land as it's under part run by the Force. Alongside 72-hour return suspension from Trex Land by Robloxian Moderation Council Authority from Roblox City, Robloxia, over racial slur use on Christmas Day near Trexer. As statement says he needs to pay the price for using the slur as it's prohibited as stated in the TOS and community standards for discrimination. The BMW car is terminated with moderation note, failure for removing the markings within timely manner.
However, once it waxed the car, causing it to explode, the wheel came off as it went inside open door of Elito Plaza Center and whacked onto Object 1 before going through RDK 3000 TriStar side of the complex, ramming into the television, causing it to malfunction and causing damage, before rolling onto beside Mark Z. Cryptor, Mark Zaniels, Raptor. We have since learned, no one was injured alongside some property damage including from we learned from Aerovision, one of the television camera.
This is the television camera suffered damage but the hosts and production crew is safe, but we must pass you an RDK 3000 TriStar television service programming alert. This is it disrupts the production of VWGT as the production cannot continue as the episode needs to prematurely end. This is today's episode of VWGT needs to be cut short, over equipment damage in wake of incident.
To repeat, today's episode of VWGT has been disrupted over incident we explained as the VWGT production cannot continue as the episode needs to prematurely end. This is today's episode of VWGT needs to be cut short, over equipment damage in wake of incident.
This while AeroBreeze VWGT Extra was also Xylem casting AeroVision's VWGT at time of event, today's episode of VWGT Extra also needs to be cut short. The hosts to be back tomorrow's show because VWG2N to be preempted due to special year-end program in tonight's broadcast by Alito GRESP to air 1900 hours RDKELC with Xylem cast on AeroVision, AeroBreeze, and Jinx Vision also on RDK GRESP 1, 2 and 3.
This with repeat broadcast at 0300 hours RDKTSR in Elite City Saturday, December 28, 2024 later overnight tonight toward pre-dawn tomorrow on RDK 3000 TriStar television service. RDK 3000 TriStar today to be coming up next on RDK TV. I am Chris K. Cryptor.
And I am Mark E. Cryptor signing off as we to take a programming break as we to be back in a few to couple minutes.
Raymond Blake. I Mark Blake Wonder. It has not reported on RDK TV yet, however reported on RDKTSR radio service. And just now on RDK TV on news banner. As I do note subject on Aero news banner. Signer GE Olympics meet and greet delayed to 7 o'clock p.m. and surprise LAN party at top of the hour?
Yes, bro Mark, this due to incident. This is Savage screams and rants, but Mark Zany yells has since calmed Savage down with good news as Francis Sistonen, pal of Savage Sistico told Mark Zany yells via message who told Savage the other car is on the way as Savage is pleased on this. Yes, Raymond Blake, this is thank God the damage is to be covered by insurance regarding Savage's outgoing car, however I Mark Z Cryptor, Raptor, Mark Zany yells caught the wheel that was airborne before it would have caused additional damage or injury. Yes, Raptor this however I Trax Rex must add, when Savage was raging, he yelled some profanity and slurs before you calmed him, he was next to the squad in diapers, RD Trex kids, although this was indirect nor unintentional. He said a racial slur to the RD Trex kids in which they had a blowout and required Operation Bumblebee, otherwise this warrants 2-week temp ban. He would have got banned toward the following day but he was given a warning thanks to revised policy, although he later apologized to them.
車両へのダメージはエアロビジョン用テレビカメラのダメージの5から10倍、おそらく20倍程度であることに注意する必要があります。
MZ translate, Japanese to English.
I must note the damage to the vehicle is like 5 to 10 maybe 20 times the amount of the damage of the television camera for AeroVision.
Scott ESK Cryptor, I Mark Z Cryptor to say response in English. Yes, this is the TV camera damage must have costly like 2,500 LEOs in damage, whereas the car, the 2001 BMW M5 in which was smashed, would have cost like 10 to 20,000 LEOs, maybe 25 to 30k? Yes, Mark, translating to around half dozen million to 10 to 12 million yens. Up to 12 million yens. That is quite very expensive as the damage is to be costly for the Hanna import vehicle from Burtenberg, being BMW. How much is that in Hannes, Scott? Up to 72,000. That is like up to 2 million Kanbor coins. This is I Robert X Cryptor knew the damages of the car, however for you Raptor and Kenka also Trax Rex and Ilitatina, the RD bunch led by my bro, Rikikan, also Tronix to be arriving to Elite City, for the RDKTSR New Year's Gala at midnight KBTS, 1400 hours local. As they to arrive at the complex before 012 KBTS, 1412 ELS and 800 Kiotrokans. I must note acronym of Elite City in Kanberlish being ELS translating to English being ELC, as I must wonder, Robert Zarkers, does KanborD City to also have Japanese New Year celebrations for Rewa 7 just 4 hours to New Kanber Year Kb.P 20, being 2025, EY 1025? Yes, but restricted to the Kanber Nippon Town District at 2000 hours KBTS, midnight JST aka Splatoon time for Splatoon Year ST.P 10. This in 2022 update is the new Splatoon year before the rezoning occurs at the new Kiplian year. I must also note close to 1 year since the New Year's Nippon quake being magnitude 7.6 and rated Shindo 7 on the JMA scale and extreme of 10 to 11 modified Mercalli intensity scale occurred on January 1, 2024 at 1610 JST, 710 UTC around Noto area translating to 2:10 AM Elite City and 12:10 KBTS toward Choi 30, over 500 dead and 1300 hurt, although in Splatoon, tsunami wave struck one area in Splatoon in which I do still have DVD of the coverage I burned from SHK, based in Inktopolis. In which I to show it to Scott ESK but tomorrow as I to head home and to rip to MP4 format. This via computer then transfer to USB thumb drive and of course micro SD card to play on device. I must have to head to Kia Variety to get some snack as I to head to Alito Plaza Center. This in addition I must have to refuel. Low fuel alert came on although most of the drive in EV, although plenty of charge on the battery left. But I need to head to EV charging station Alito Charge to top off the charge on level 2 to full, later on, this to be first fill up since owning this car. 2025, EY 1025 Flex Connex E Hybrid RS, X-Cross, PHEV plug-in hybrid sport hot hatch as the outgoing car was a mild hybrid Farah E-Assist. Same engine but increased electric motor power, 400 kilowatts with a 2.0-liter twin-charged twin E-turbo E-supercharged inline-4, upgraded from single turbo as it run on premium unleaded gasoline, ethanol fuel, or blend as I to fill up with premium E85. Okay, fuel tank is full, this as it costs 36.5 LEO cents per liter with 58 liters costing me 21 LEOs 17 with baked nacho cheese Zioritos minis Cool Ranch and multi-grain minis crisps ZY chips harvest cheddar costing me 25 LEOs altogether. 98% on state of charge, 900 kilometers, and 2,250 kilonitros remaining on the range, enough from Elite City to recur and improved to 28 kilowatt-hours per 100 kilometers from 30. Did she use eco mode? She normally puts it in normal or comfort mode as the vehicle was set to comfort mode before she kills the ignition. This is I am heading to Alito Plaza Center. This is I to head to one area. It's 1:00 p.m. on December 28, 2024, 75.0 EMT and 1800 TRX on Mu 27th, EY 1024. The subject could be announced possibly this hour, as I to head the Alito GR bar, for a late lunch. This is if it ends up an esports match, then I also my friend to be spectating the match. It could be one of the matches prior to esports day on the Tronic Diamond Winterfest on the Tronic Diamond calendar in conjunction with Alito calendar. As today is Gamer Day, hence the LAN party yesterday in which I attend, also the meet and greet continuing today.
This is for you, Mickey. Go check out social media and do pay attention on profile feed from handle at zfuel_ESP, zfuel esports experience including reposts and shares. One post at 1300 state teaser of subject via the pic with mention. Details this hour, more toward half past, and subsequent posts between 13:05 to the past minute, 13:24. Trexer and Con 2000 who's visiting Elite City may sound alarm before we report on subject. That may be early warning or pre-alarm.
Okay, Division, this is for you, Richard. Go start up your device ASAP and go get waiter attention immediately. Okay, Mickey Ventstar is I to check in RDK TV and Aerovision.
Mickey, who is he? I heard his voice.
My friend Richard Zyalekapzulai.
Regarding what Rick said, that is a good choice. He should also monitor JinxNet and Alito News 24 Deck Mill too. I have to get going as I must be on duty as VWGT just came into ad break.
This is for you, Richard. Go get out your gear and power on the laptop tablet combo immediately. Make sure the battery is charged. Oh wait, you plugged the charging cable to it, the power bank. Yes. How is the charge on the power bank? Full, as it's already powered on. 10 bars and digital readout saying 100. Mickey must power on your laptop combo. Make sure the keyboard, mouse, and numpad is charged up and turned on. It is already turned on. It should auto-connect. Okay, is yours a triple boot? Yes. Go fire up ZOS 18.0 Suki. Do not boot into TDOS 6 or KBKSO 18, load that via virtual machine zvert box. Just making sure, ZOS 18 it is. You should note ZOS 19 Cyber Galaxy is released, go upgrade toward the week ahead. How much is upgrade? Free for many ZOS 18 users, otherwise 7 LEOs 50 to 12 LEOs for older versions. Retail costs 25 to 40 LEOs depending on edition. Hold on, must check into Aero and RDK TV, from which? The TVs on the wall beside us, the Cyber Galaxy crew has tuned the said TVs from Alito GRESP. Be quiet, the show returns from ad break.
Welcome back to VWGT, Virtual World and Gaming Today, on Aerovision. I am Andrew James.
I am Robert James.
I am Mark J. Phelps.
I am Melissa Katzenschen.
Every hour, on the hour, this is the 24-hour news beat.
This is the RDK 3000 TriStar Today 24-hour Newsbeat News Update. I am Chris K. Crypter.
And I am Mark E. Crypter, from Studio RDE. Here's the latest approaching half hour. Damn. RDK TV just went into news and brief, although I do need to check into top stories including Alito NYE prep as I to log in. If you need to connect to the internet, I to give you the Wi-Fi details for, it's already stored to device as I just went there on 26th on spectating 3rd place. Auto connect is enabled, as I am already connected to Wi-Fi and internet. Strong signal. Just checked taskbar clock, 1:28 p.m, to the second to mine. Whoa. Oh my god. Trexer sounded the alarm. Must check into Arrow. Immediately.
This is the RDK sports match is slated for this evening, one in KanborZeven Federation Republic, but held at KanborZeven KanborZeven due to e-screamer incident on Boxing Day at KBA. Also matches across DDUMI, stand by for news flash. We have this news flash just in a VWGT alert. As we learn, there's going to be a gaming event to occur at the top of the hour with the name to be announced.
Ilito News 24 Deck Mill, Jinxnet, Ilito GRESP, and even KB News 24. Shut up, Mickey. I Richard need to listen to RDK TV immediately.
Stand by for a news flash. This just into RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline. This as VWGT is reporting on it as VWGT Alert.
We at RDK Newsline and fellows at VWGT has learned, there is to be an undetermined gaming-related event to be a year-end one indeed, it to occur at the top of the hour at 1400 hours RDK ELC, 79.1 EMT, 1900 TRX. Go open up clock app, set the alarm and reminder to subject announced as they give us the time of event start, 2 o'clock p.m, as I Mickey learn, at the Ilito DG Arena above. It's already set as daily phone and watch alarm for reminder of new Kanbor Day, no need to open clock app to set alarm. I did not note you set your watch and phone alarm to subject on daily basis, go amend one of the alarms for the subject for today a high priority alarm. OK as the one on New Year's Eve is topmost priority for new Kanbor year Kb.P 20. Since we to be on the air for RDK 3000 TriStar today flash report as we to be powering up always as we to join with other RDKTSR networks television radio streaming and more as RDK 3000 TriStar today flash report starts now.
This is an RDK 3000 TriStar Today Flash Report. I am Chris K. Crypter, Jakur, Chris Kaistar.
And I am Mark E. Crypter, Mark Elitastar, broadcasting live and direct from RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline News Center over at RDK 3000 TriStar Main HQ in Elite City, Federal District, Ilitopia.
This just into RDK 3000 TriStar Today to the RDK Newsline News Center. Yo, don't even think on doing that stunt at the EDA. Think of the outcome in KanborZeven City at KanborZeven Arena on Boxing Day. Biatricon 100,072 5's Day Quarter Day Mu 25th, TDE 2001. 1,725 Miatrocants TDCX. 2001/360 TDRT. Quaddiz Mu 25th, EY 1024. Thursday, December 26, 2024. Several Trocants to New Kanbor Day, Pinota 27th, Sprygon Kb.P 19 or Friday, December 27, 2024 toward Mu 26th on a 6's Day Keen Day on a 726/361. It results in match disruption. Blamed on Aerostar Galaxy esports player that results in entire esports team disqualified and in KanborZeven jail. Although there is a possibility for a challenge for deportation back to Aerotopia and to serve time in jail near Aerostar.
This is player gets karma while the team gets investigated only for plan in protest of place move as it was originally to be held in Altronic City for 3rd place, also in revenge of loss in 3rd place in Synergy Kiptel Extreme Masters Elite City 2024, EY 1024 in late October or Kappa. Since yesterday, they were ordered to KanborZeven court as the judge sentences them for years in jail for abuse of KanborZeven Spinelian duodecimal timekeeping of e-screamer resulting in a blitz of fury.
You are right as I now know it's wrong after learning fate of Aerostar Galaxy as I to eject the CD and snap it in half and to head out and head to my car, as I to head to Zen Speedway.
This is we to be on alert for announcement for the celebrity. It to occur imminently, so take note.
Yes, Mark Blake.
Whoa.
This,
Oh
as we
my
must
God.
not forget the other event
Female
to occur
exposed
12
breasts.
minutes
See
later
my
being held at
ex-girlfriend and
Elitosphere to
former
be
classmate
broadcast
from
on
ECU.
Elito Speed
Male.
being Elitacity
BWGT
Galaxy to
producer
compete
looked at
against the
breasts.
celebrities and
Whoa.
of course,
Code He
some
is
of the
even looking at
Blitzy
the
revs and
breasts.
racers
Also
including
massaging her
Greater.
breasts. That is stupid, Andrew. She is going on to camp.
Excuse
She
me,
notes
I must
duodecimal
prevent
countdown
topless
clock,
surprise.
approaching
Hold
triple
for
deck.
a bit.
Display in Kanbor method, not TD Alito. For the viewer, I do apologize, but I have to stop the triple deck act. And for you, lady, Hall, don't even think on doing the stunt.
You don't want to see the subject on live TV. Thank God Mark Blake, brother of Elito GRESP Raymond Blake, has stopped the female to do the action in front of their vision television camera during VWGT airing, as it's believed to be a close call. This as she went semi-nude and tried to expose breasts onto the cam before was stopped when Mark confronts her as she is off camera, as it would have otherwise set off auto censor. This as I learn regarding the triple deck problem occurring at triple deck on the duodecimal countdown to the gaming related event we reported in past minutes. In Elito and Tronic Diamond is triple while in Cambodian and its duodecimal system being triple X, as the triple X refers to things that is only certain for adult audiences those 18 years and older, and things not safe for work being nudity, pornography, sexuality and adult orientated subject. However, we also heard fellow who looked at the breasts and said the offensive remark, as he said the moan, then the word boobies, and the four-letter offensive word being the T word, referring to vulgar term of female breasts, as the triple deck problem attempt occurred at 1:33 p.m. Elitacity and 50 seconds on deck Moneros deck to deck seconds on the duodecimal countdown being 10 and 130, translating to 1570 seconds. 26 minutes 10 seconds to the gaming event, as the triple deck is also magic symbol for cloud deck visiting Elitacity, and of course X Gaming.
I am Chris Arrow Elita over at Aero Master Control A at Elito Telemedia headquarters in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia. Although the Elitotronics Telemedia auto sensor did not kick in, we were notified by Eritopian Broadcast Media and Aerostar, Eritopia and Ion Neo Media Corporation in Iontopolis, Neoionica. The respective auto sensor went off on the Eritopian and Neoionican feed. This also on Ion Neo GR Vision and Aero ESP net in Xylem Cast, but the auto sensor was brief, however was cut to clock ident seconds after auto sensor gets cleared. We also learned from KanborZeven Broadcast Media Corporation and Neoionic Trona Media, on Xylem Cast on Kb.SDY deck and Troni Expolosa Vision, the auto sensor also was tripped and the Xylem Cast terminated after several seconds. The subject was not shown on Trex Vision 4 as VWGT was preempted for football, as it was also not shown on RDK TV thanks to RDKTSR flash report, as we to hand off to RDK TV as they also learn of this as they to provide VWGT status update if warranted. This is after our determination, by the image, and word from Mark Z Cryptor, Raptor, Mark Zaniels who's off duty who told Mark X Cryptor, Evie, Mark Zarkshaw, Cloud Deck to be participant. As we learned from Elite City Galaxy, they are not participating in the event at 1400 hours RDKELC.
Before we continue, we want to give a warm welcome to the viewers of Aerovision. I am Chris K. Cryptor and this is Mark E. Cryptor from Studio RDE. Before we report further, we must recall event at 1333 RDKELC and 50 seconds on triple deck on Dozy countdown. As we learned, report of code T that was stopped at last minute, almost setting off Aerovision auto sensor at least for the Elitopian feed, as Andrew James came in front of her telling the explanation to the viewer then by Chris Arrow Elita. This while auto sensor went off briefly for the Eritopian and Neo-Ionican feed, also Ion GR Vision and Aero ESP net.
This while auto sensor went off but went persistent for Neoionic Troni Media and KBESP deck, as Xylem Cast has been terminated as the two networks has cut to clock ident after several seconds. 4 others also went to clock ident after a dozen or so seconds. This is topless female tried to expose breasts at triple deck, being triple X in KanborZeven, as it refers to adult-orientated 18+, NSFW content, sexual content, and porn. Otherwise in Alito and TD also others as AAA. However, she was caught by Mark Blake and escorted her off-cam into the hands of Alito Plaza security force, as she was later handed over to Elite City Police as she to be charged for indecency exposure in public, possibly just for attention.
However, KB.SDY Deck, Aero ESP Net, Trony Explosivision and Ion Neo GR Vision has since terminated the Silimcast, and told the Aerovision Neo-Ionican and Aerotopian facilities at ABM and INMC to do the same to terminate the episode. Oh God, as we learn, as they told Alito-Tronics Telemedia and Aero, who told RDK 3000 TriStar Tele Studio Productions to do so as well. As we must pass you an important and high-priority programming alert.
This as it counts as on-air violation as it sets off auto-censor on Aerovision Neo-Ionican and Aerotopian feed, also Ion Neo GR Vision and Aero ESP Net, and two of the distributors in which we told Neo-Ionic Trona Media and KBMC. KBMK them of RDKTSR flash report to hand off to original feed as today's episode of VWGT needs to prematurely end. This as it gets aired on Aero Breeze's VWGT Extra. The show also needs to end for the day as well. This as we would have hand off back to VWGT after RDKTSR flash report. Thanks to it, we to start RDKTSR Blitz much sooner.
This is we at RDK 3000 TriStar and fellows at Alito-Tronics Telemedia and Patter ZDZ Trinity. Learn from KB.SDY Deck, Aero ESP Net, Trony Explosivision and Ion Neo GR Vision, also Aerovision Neo-Ionican and Aerotopian facilities at ABM and INMC. Tonight's VWG2N to be pre-empty for different reasons due to match coverage for Esports Day Esports Marathon starting this evening. This is VWG2N Extra also to be pre-emptied on Aero Breeze. The VWGT hosts has been reassigned to cover for event at 1400 RDKELC also this evening. As for Andrew James, he is transferred from WB Newsnet to Alito News 24 Deck Mill since Christmas Eve. He to be reassigned as correspondent for Alito News 24 Deck Mill, including covering for prep for Alito NYE, also to contribute to sister network Chronos and JinxNet.
It was not shown on Jinx Vision as since we and VWGT report on subject, Jinx Vision has cut to JinxNet and never returned to VWGT Silimcast as per discretion of Jinx Media due to nature of the news item. It was also not shown on Trex Vision 4 as VWGT Silimcast was preempted for EFL football.
Stand by for Esports Alert. We have an esports alert to pass to you. Cloud Deck is slated to compete against X Gaming at the top of the hour at 1400 RDKELC, 79.1 EMT, 1900 TRX this afternoon. The match to be competed at Alito Digi Arena at Alito Plaza Center in Elite City, Federal District, Alitopia.
They to compete in best of 9 in Tron Laurent, as it's a special Z-Fuel, ZGR match called ZGR, Z-Fuel Esports Gamer Battle Troll X 2024, EY 1024, Tx.Y 24, NTS 1000.7, TDE 2001, AE.Y 1000, NI.Y 400, KB.P 19, KB.SDY GR02 9 or 177. Yeah, I do note the last time they compete, it sure ends up heated. Yes, Richard, this is the watch party of subject is confirmed at 2 o'clock p.m., as with the bunch this evening, with one other match of note. In college esports, Alito College DG Wizards and Alitopian University Eagles gaming at 7 tonight in best of 5 in Dozagi of Onitgans 2. Elite City Galaxy and the Blitz EREV Sim Racers to compete against opponent in E-Pre, as we to learn on other event, to be held at Alito Sphere before the other match where DG Wizards and Eagles gaming competing, at 2:12, as we learn, VWGT hosts are selected. To be celebrities versus gamers and sim racers match in E-Pre and Speed Blitz 2024 in a 2.4-hour E-Pre hosted by Synergy and Blitz EREV televised on Alito Speed. When does the event gets announced? This morning, the celebrities were announced within this minute. I must note, this alongside others in Zeno DG Arena, DG Kan7 KanborZet, and others across TDU and Kanbor World, to mark Esports Day in the Trony Krolex Fest, being combo of Tronic Diami and Winterfest and KanborD's TrollXCon's final Celebrate Fest. In the Esports Marathon Blitz as the action starts at 7, Also subject non-esports. NYE test for the new Elite Year EY1025 with countdown in action at Alito NYE Central and other key areas and test of ball drop, sign illumination, and video tele-countdown test.
This is the other choice would have been cast of Alito Survivor 2024 season. Thanks due to Remark when BWGT producer who looked at breasts during Indancy exposure incident when she exposed breasts onto cam but was stopped by Mark Blake and said the Code TE Act.
The sim racing event to begin at 14:12 RDK ELC, 80.0 EMT, 1920 TRX at the Alito Sphere, as that concludes the RDKTSR flash report. I am Mark E. Cryptor and this is Chris K. Cryptor signing off.
For Aerovision and Aerobreeze viewers, we will hand off to Alito GRESP as per request to Aero on the Cloud Deck and X Gaming match as for RDK TV viewers. RDK 3000 TriStar Today Blitz is up next after ad break as we see you after the break.
This is I Thunder do note. This is I have since met Alito Wizard and Princess Omega as once the E3 ends yesterday. He waved the Alito wand and the wand touches me as I was given the ultimate charm and that is definitely needed to defeat Cloud Deck tomorrow. Yes, this is we want the team, Elite City Galaxy, to win the Synergy Olympics Grand Final Elite Year EY1024, CE 2024, tomorrow as I Alito Wizard and you Princess Omega must depart at hour 10:00 tomorrow morning. Choi 62 Dino Choi 5 Elite Metric Time. Hour 15 Desi Newt 0 Tracks Time en route to Alito Plaza Center on Monday December 30th, 2024 and Biatas Mu 29th, EY1024 Elite Day 364, in addition for other subject unrelated however relates to the Alito NYE.
This is for you Eric Alftranatrap, Tronionic. Earlier, you said on the subject on New Year's Eve, after the Grand Finals, and before and during the Blitz E-Rev Sim Racing Finals, you and Cloud Deck to be hosting the countdown party?
Yes, however it will not be held in Alftronic City as it to be held in Elite City, Federal District, Alitopia since my cousin resides Alitopian, who's a D6 worker. This is we also to host a watch party of esports in the Blitz E-Rev Sim Racing Esports Virtual Motorsport 2001 TDE, Niatricon 1000.7, EY1024, 2024 CE. Grand Finals in which to be held at Alito Sphere rather than Alito Plaza Center due to New Year's LAN party scheduled tomorrow, which to turn New Year's countdown party toward TDE 2002, and of course Kipling Quadie Sentinel A.KLN 400 or 294. New Kanbor year KB.P 20 and definitely 2025 and new year EY 1025.
This is we must arrive for visit on New Year's Eve toward Choi 75. Oh my god, the female in pool in background. She exposed breasts onto cam. As I check time, on Minoro 10 Minar 10 second 10 of Crown 9 Roko 4 on non-Alitopian sign timekeeping being Canberdu decimal timekeeping, being 9, 4 AA, whereas they say is 9 4 and triple X. Thank God for the auto censor on television preventing the subject to be shown on air.
This being 9:54 Alito sign time?
Yes, and Minar 10 second 10, 1845 Elite City Civil and 22 seconds, 98.9 Elite Metric Time and 83 Kino Choice and 23:75 Tracks Time and 61 Decions as I looked at the clock on the wall when noted the subject. This is the XXX being adult content 18 plus and not safe for work, in the case. Prohibited acts inside Alito Castle as it occurs on triple deck in timekeeping, in which is called triple deck stunt.
Yes, Alito Wizard, in past Alito centuries even before Elitopia in Alito Kingdom, and Alito Soviets, the acts are prohibited and leads to death penalty. Or at least sent to the dungeon or other punishment carried over in past centuries? This is going nude in public back then is forbidden act and result in punishment by the guards compared to today arrest by police and jail?
Yes, this as I check on TV, it also states it's also abuse of timekeeping, in which was Alito back, now toward Kanbor within KanborZeven Federation Republic for the Kanbor Spinel duodecimal timekeeping is guided by Zalin Relixina from Klokoptek in KanborD City in Kb.P 19 and 2024. EY 1024 whereas in the past in Elite Year 25, 1025 AD, it was guided by the Queen of Alito Kingdom, Queen Crystal, then King Trenton. Carried to the Alito Soviets as Trenton's rule was more harsh as any abuse of acts in relation to Alito timekeeping including triple deck stunt in the past results in punishment including death penalty.
Yes, this is doing the stunt is forbidden at Alito Castle and result in similar punishment however since Elitopia does not practice death penalty as it's part of the Tronic Diamond Union special membership, as the death penalty is abolished as it would yield life imprisonment.
Yes, as the same rules back then still applies in 2024, EY 1024 toward 2025, EY 1025 here at Alito Castle with maximum punishment life imprisonment. However, I do check the clock, nearing 1848 and already Choi 99, as we are close to 48 hours to the new Elite Year EY 1025 although very close to the new year of 2025 in ISO Leap Week in addition to Symmetry 454 and Symmetry 010 as it's DES 28 on the 454 and DES 30 on the 010. And year 2024 week 52 day 7 on the ISO to occur at top of Crown 0, 1900 hours Elite City Civil, 00.0 EMT, 0000 TRX Mu 29th, EY 1024 and December 29th, 2024, 0000 Z on 30th. Also mean orbital on 31st at 7:43 UTC, rotation adjusted same day at 4:48 Z and Besselian at 4:50 Z. That is 31st at 2:43 ELC, and tomorrow at 23:48 and 23:50 Elite City Civil.
Yes, this is the new Nina Tram and Elita timekeeping projected to occur 0830 and 0 seconds, 56.2 EMT and 50 Kino Choice, 1350 TRX and 0 Decisions, 537 and a half sign, 53 Dozy 1 and duodecimal and 6 on New Year's Eve. Of Teatram 1 Neatram 25.
Yes, it too occurs Hoi 4 of Acho 4, early into second half of and third Roko and 7th Choi of Crown 5 and top of Mozka 9 of Ultium 6. Anyhow it's 1849, as I Alito Wizard do note the one dial, on clock Bravo, we are close to 5 days to new Elite Year EY 1025 on Legacy Alpha as I check clock Alpha, into final Splix month of EY 1024 toward 5th day. On Legacy Bravo. This is I Alito Wizard to Alito make the EY 1025 calendar in various forms, as you should do as well.
Yes, as I Aliti also note it's time, as we must do it now, to Room Crafty we go. Anyhow, Zion Zaniels do note event yesterday, as the female responsible, Zoe, being Zoe Blitzen residing from Aristar, Aerotopia, she has been deported back to Aristar, as she was dragged into police car with the red X via tape on the breasts. And handcuffed as the electronic in court sentences her to penalty in which was last practiced since August 31, 2024, although prax is banned in Elitopia or other areas in TDU, Neo-Ionica, Trexland, Webchester and KanborD, she was forced into facility in special room being restricted access. As she gets topless, strapped into chamber, the clamps was placed on her nipples, fluid gets injected into the breasts, thousands of volts gets zapped into, the breasts explode, then guards shoot firearm down tube toward her heart and lastly chainsaw as she gets ripped from bottom to top. As she gets exsuted in bizarre way. Due to privacy and nor of the acts, photography, also video and audio recording devices prohibited inside said room as the subject cannot be televised or recorded, as it would otherwise offend or frighten the audience, in accordance to broadcast law.
Yes, Zion Zaniels, this is Mark Z Cryptor, Raptor, Mark Zaniels do note, it to be the last one ever thanks to new motion by TDU starting in January 1, 2025, and Alpha 1st EY1025 and TDE 2002. The practice to be banned indefinitely across the TDU in which future events to result in jail this as the equipment in the room is being carried out one by one. This as the execution occurred 0000, midnight from 29th to 30th, then immediately after, cleanup and rig being dissembled as it to be discarded, as it to be converted to a gym for the inmates at the prison facility in Aristar.
I did not knew the practice finally to be discontinued for good, and facility converted to a gym.
Yes, anyhow you should note it's close to 2 years for me and my friend and colleague Farah, Corey Z Cryptor, Corey Zanders at RDK 3000 TriStar Main HQ, as I and he used to work at DG Square Litosat in 2021, EY1021 to 2022, EY1022 in which becomes Ilito Plaza Center. Since 2019, EY1019, I and Farah was part of esports Team K Gaming as one match I remember was competing against Jinx Esports Gaming. Before 2021 in which I and he then withdraw once I and he works at DG Square Litosat now as Ilito Plaza Center as renaming occurred since mid-2024 toward start of ADA, EY1024, TKG gets folded into Elite City Shock in which gets part of EXG Esports, now as EXS Group. In which became Elite City Cryptors, as Jinx Esports Gaming gets merged with Blood Red Gaming and team from Rigzir to become DG Red Blitz Esports in which merged with Elite City Cryptors becoming Elite City Sentinels, in which becomes Elite City Galaxy under by CyberActive X. Merged from Cybertrex Activa and EXS Group. Yes Raptor, as Farah must note, however it was called Elite City Rebellion before the merger. This for you Zion, as Elite City Galaxy takes on against Cloud Deck at 1400 hours. Mark Z Cryptor, Mark Zaniels, Raptor, it gets delayed to 7 bells, 7 o'clock, p.m., 1900 hours this evening. Farah, Corey Z Cryptor, Corey Zanders, 1900 hours? When was this announced? In the past minute, Mark, straight at 10 bells, as it's 10:01 as you should check your phone now. I do note just now, why the delay, Farah? This is per discretion by Synergy after public feedback, they are going ahead to move it to prime time, Mark. This can be a plus to Cloud Deck and Elite City Galaxy, as they have more time to practice and prepare. This is for you Zion, consider resetting your alarm and make edits to the entry on calendar app. The match is rescheduled to prime time at 1900 hours tonight. Welcome back to VWGT on Aerovision. I am Kanbor, Richard Kanders from Elito GRESP. This is we welcome back to viewers on Aerobreeze VWGT Extra and Xylem Cast, also viewers on KBESP Deck, Trony Explosive Vision, Ion Neo GR Vision and Aero ESP Net. Before we continue, follow up to triple and quadruple L stunt that went foul. This was blamed by fellow who fiddled with radio and played rock music via radio broadcast across all of EPC. Person responsible was escorted away from restricted room by the staff. As for the triple L stunt, the topless female in which was obstructed by vehicle was arrested by Elite City Police. Before the last ad break, VWGT hosts, who are at EDA, was here as they report on the networks covering the Synergy Olympics 2024 Grand Finals this evening, including those outside of Elitopia, including those in Altronic Republic and KanborZeven Federation Republic, also Eritopia and Neo-Ionica. As Cloud Deck takes on against Elite City Galaxy. We to focus on multi-region coverage. This is we to mention TDESP as that to come later, as we would have start with the KP.HWT Net 4 suite based in Kupnianardian, but we must start with RDK TV affiliations as we learn. As one TV gets tuned to RDK TV already, as the RDKTSR hosts mention on coverage on RDK GRESP as we listen in.
Ion Neo GR Vision. Even on regional esports channel within TDU, 2 example Xeno ESP in Xenopolia, CJESP in Corgitopia, and outside of TDU being KBESP Deck. Kanbor Net 3 KB7 Gamer TV in KanborZeven Television, and those outside of it including KP.HWT Net 4 Suite. In addition to those outside KBE 224, Muni ESP, Muni Gamer, Kipling GRESP, and Splix G.
And those within RDKTSR network to be RDKGRESP1 or overall, RDKGRESP2 for Elite City Galaxy point of view, RDKGRESP3 for Cloud Deck point of view, as it to be also aired on RDK 3000 TriStar Radio Service 2 as the match the casters to be Jody R. Crypter, Eamon, and Jared V. Crypter. Jar Blake. This is it also to be aired via separate audio and multi-view on RDK 3000 TriStar television service, depending on region and provider, as it to be debuted for first time on TD Vision customers in multi-region. As the match to also be covered on Trex Land viewers, including Trex City on Trex Vision 4 and Breeze Vision 5 under Trex Media affiliations, in addition to Costa 7 and Costa Aero.
This is Costa 7 to be simulcasting Trex Vision 4 tomorrow on New Year's Eve, since the Costa 7 special is cancelled due to overnight storm with tornado and waterspouts causing damage. We focus to the New Year event as we to focus on the Trex NYE 25 to be hosted in Trexland, including Trex City, and it to be covered on Rock 96, Trex Vision 4, Breeze Radio 5, and Breeze Radio 100/55 and Trex Radio 100/65.
This being New Year's Rocking Eve Trex Land edition, as we are joined with Mark Star Trex, host of Trex 4 News from RDK affiliate Trex Vision 4 from Trex City, Trex Land. Mark S. Yes, Marky. This is the organizers were hard at work for the Trex NYE 25 preparing for the big day tomorrow, as before Trexer made visit to Elite City, he and crew revived the NYE stuff that was used back in the Astash Libment in Crypter City and initially in Costa Aero. We go live to one part in Trex City with Mitchell Zylastar.
Well, I have to admit, there is going to be a NYE rig test and NYE drill to occur tonight towards 7 o'clock p.m. Trex City. As for RDK TV viewers, also Elite City time, at Choi. Trexy and Desinate Zero is the fellows at VTSQ to conduct test 2 hours later at 9 this evening. This is the fellow being Steve Trexiera beside me, has said.
Yes, this is we to do a little fun to entertain and switch on the subject, however mode is manual and GR this in salute of the esports match at time of NYE drill down south. I and the two idols are rooting for Elite City Galaxy, Michael Aguirre rooting for Cloud Deck. We to stop at New Kanbor Day on Kanbor New Year's Eve and switch back. This also for tomorrow's E-Pre, both in the respective seasonal finals.
Anyhow, this is other than the NYE drill, they to switch on the rig and fire for the following, new Trex year, in conjunction to the new Elite year and Tronic Diamond year, the new year of 2025 in Trex City, and of course as per public request, Japanese New Year of Reiwa 7 and Thai New Year of 2568 BE, and of course the Kiplian Quadricentennial and the new Kanbor year KB.C20 and the .KL and 400 for 294 in duodecimal. For some reason, some siren must have been heard in the horn, at 1:45 and 50 seconds, what this for?
This being the RDKTSR/R8664 system, some event triggered Trex alarm. This is I am friend with Trexer, idol of Trex NYE 25 told me, in which Trexer said to idol via messaging, Indency exposure at Quad Deck to Trex NYE drill, at Elite City, Elitopia at Elito Plaza Center, at Elito DG Arena. This occurring on Quad A, or Quad X in Kanbor, on duodecimal countdown.
Speaking of the rig, does it have the kill switch like master shut off for the siren?
Hold on Mitchell Zylastar, it is urgent. It's not breaking news nor severe weather alert, it's other urgent subject. We must pass you this programming notice as we are on RDKTSR and Trex 4 News. This for Trex Vision 4 viewers. We will never return to VWGT episode after Trex 4 News, thanks to such topless surprise with quad decks to the NYE drill in which occurred off-air on VWGT. In compliance to our BMCA code, due to sexual consent, sexual content, and adult content, Trex Vision 4 will never return to VWGT. We have since learned, for RDK TV viewers, we to hand off back to Marky and Chris K in Elite City for additional programming notice.
That was Mark Star Treks from Trex Vision 4 as we have to pass you an important and high priority programming alert as we are simulcasting on Aerovision.
Today's episode of VWGT needs to prematurely end, this after the quad deck stunt, this as we learn, blamed on 4 topless females, in which that disrupts VWGT episode, as that yields code T and then code TE, but both instances occurred off-air thanks to surprise RDKTSR Asylum cast on Arrow.
All 4 went topless on quad deck on KB Spin Dozy CD to Trex NYE drill and the esports match. In Alito and TD is quad A as in Kanbor, quad X.
All 4 exposed breasts in front of Arrow TV camera but off-air and then toward crew, in which one producer said offensive remark result in code TE.
As a result, as we learned from Arrow, the RDK TV Silimcast to continue to 1700 RDKELC as we expand the RDKTSR newscast by 60 minutes.
We have learned, subject gets addressed for 2 of the females as they have been caught, but we must note related event occurring, this is after the code T. 2 of the topless females carried the male being Aerovision producer, in which went out of emergency exit and went across the street to El Alarma Cease, Alarm 6, to one of the vehicles.
This is Trax Rex told us. The trios went into the van with window rolled down, as they performed unprotected oral hardcore sex toward top of the hour, as they say, Kolichi Eggs. The van being 2025 Flex Cyber Buzz van, owned by esports player for Cloud Deck with Alptronican license plate.
We to gather more info on this as we have it. In the meantime, we to be taking a commercial break as RDK 3000 TriStar today to be right back. I am Mark E. Crypter.
And I am Chris K. Crypter, and we to be back in a few.
I want to give a huge thanks for reporting the Indency exposure incident. This as my dog. She hates the subject as she noted subject when she note 2 topless females and a male who ran across the street as the dog was going after them. She was barking, that gets my attention as she went toward them across the lawn of the Alito Trex Stars as some proximity sensor alarm went off when dog goes across the lawn at the residence while I had to chase her.
No problem, as I Trax Rex has to message Mark ETX Crypter on such alarm at his residence.
You should note that having sex inside my van is a huge no-no. Thank God I do have my key fob and app on my phone, as I even had to blast gaming music from USB thumb drive at loud volume just to get their attention, in which gets attention to neighbor dog who came across Mark ETX's lawn at his residence, in which tripped off alarm and automatically sends in the cops. Initially for alarm call, turned into response for other means, turned out Indency exposure resulting in arrests.
Yes, this as I even had to talk to my cousin, officer for ECPD, on the alarm at my house and the dog, as I knew, despite the alarm being false alarm on such dog. The officers turned to the van and noted subject that led to arrests, as they even had to open the van door and hatch just to get the trios out, even force them out.
Yes, as I Officer Sean Alito Trexstar and my colleague respond for alarm at your residence as your colleague Rex T. Crypter, Trax Rex Traction from RDK 3000 TriStar directed us to the van and told us on Indency exposure incident as other officers on two-way told us. The two others were already under arrest for indecent exposure at Alito Plaza Center, although I had to tell owner of the van to remind for security reasons to always roll up the window.
Officer Sean, is there to be street closures for Alito NYE tomorrow, and what is the fireworks schedule?
Zion Zaniels, there to be street closures for the crowd for Alito NYE, also for fireworks. This is for the fireworks schedule. Your brother Mark to explain.
Yes, this is for you bro Zion. I Mark Z Cryptor, Raptor, Mark Zaniels to explain the schedule. Although there is to be fireworks at city's east side at the Japantown district near border with Blitzdinozinula, Blitzdinozinia. At 10:00 for the Japanese New Year for Reiwa 7 as Reiwa era started at kickoff of May 2019, around Epsilon EY 1019. Once I turned 25, I was celebrating in Kanbor City during tour at that time, concluding Heisei era which began in 1989 after Showa 64 on January 8, 1989 and ending after 30 years 4 months and over 2 via Trokins as Heisei 31 toward Reiwa 1. However won't occur at downtown is it to start with the Kiplian Quarter Centennial at 1300 hours tomorrow. Then the Kanbor Decade at 1400 hours tomorrow with the watch party of the esports match in virtual motorsport toward the Muni NYE at 1800 hours, then the mother of all, new Elite Year EY 1025 in conjunction to the Tronic Diamond Year TDE 2002 at 1900 hours. Choi and Desi Newt 0 and to close out with 2025 in Elite City at midnight toward January 1, 2025. The A6 bell to ring at said times as well.
Good thing Savage is pleased that Rococo TV is taking over the coverage for the match at 7 o'clock this evening in Savage City. This is Savage TV has been shut down over subject, over 4.5 hours of sex and nudity, even multiple instances of close-up view of breast, and other subject in lewd acts for quad deck Kinochois, thank God not seconds, nor trokins, as the male who done act. He was even completely nude, but after such event, he had to put on the clothes. However, gets permanently banned from Alito Plaza Center once he re-enters as force of kick was so great. He gets airborne crash landing onto sidewalk in front of a 6. Banhammer went out of nowhere and smacks him hard, killing him, in which Shockwave tripped off intruder alarm and a 6 bell to ring plus police to respond. However, turned out false alarm, and the staff member who physically kicked him out by the butt with great force, gets fired for excessive and violent punitive force in which is not allowed. Said female on the other hand gets arrested.
However, we would have continued further, but that is to be carried over to Alito News 24 Deck Mill, as we have to pass this programming alert as it's shown on bottom, as I do also verbally say it. Tonight's VWG2N episode needs to prematurely end due to request from Alito G-Resp to air Game Day Live tonight on the esports match CX and ECG at top of hour. VWG2N hosts has been reassigned to cover for Alito G-Resp. For TXV4 viewers, BRV5 Silimcast for MNF joined in progress is up next. As for RDKTV viewers, RDKTSR Prime is up next with Marky and Jakur. As for the rest, Game Day Live tonight is up next. VWG2N is a production of Arrow, under by Patters EDZ Trinity, a division of ELTXTM, with contributions assistance from INMC and ABM. Produced in association with ELTXTM and distributed to ABM, INMC, Jinx Media, KBMK, TXM, NIQTRM, and RDK 3000 TriStar Telestudio Productions, a division of RDK 3000 TriStar. CR 2024, EY 1024, NTS 1000.7, TDE 2001, KB.P 19, KSD 129 or 177, NI.Y 1000, AE.Y 400, Tx.Y 24, all rights reserved.
Oh my god. I do not expect that to happen. Maybe Aero doesn't want to show the clip on VWGT. Thank God the Mark Zaniel's DVR is armed for subject on subchannel of RDKTV on the Tx.Y E25 drill from Trex City up north. I wonder why VWGT episode gets cut short so early. Aero would have carried it only on Aerobreeze, in which coverage started at 6 o'clock p.m. this evening. Although the fellow on TV in Aero was given some notice that the show to conclude to devote esports.
Yes, Zion. This at first prior to show end, in which I was notified that the show to end to devote esports. Only to learn after show ends and Game Day Live tonight gets aired, that my bro Raymond Blake told Aero to end the show in stern respond. This once I message him on explanation, terminating VWG2 an episode over plan to showcasing such clip even though it's censored with pixel and radiant blur. I better reconsider bringing report on Alito News 24 Deck Mill and rather instead move it to its streaming channel Alito Newsnet after 7:30. He told me that media is banned to be aired on television as per Alitotronics telemedia policy but allowed on streaming channel that is regulated by ELRTC and TDT Circa A.
I do note, Mark Blake, this is the fellows at RDK 3000 TriStar also does not want the subject to be shown on air. I Zion Zaniels to drive around Elite City in my car, 2025 Flex Koenigs ZR 400 RSE. This as I to head to the Japantown district. This as I do check the vehicle clock as I must arrive by 10 o'clock am. This as I sync the vehicle clock to the time on my watch, in which was recently synchronized to the time on my phone and PocketMate, in which auto-sync the clock time to the clock servers on daily basis. Anyhow, no wonder vehicle goes from hybrid auto to electric mode, as this is a PHEV. Plug-in hybrid electric vehicle with engine and electric motor and decent battery that go on electric for dozens of kilometers, then use the engine, or when I floor it as engine kicks in at WOT, as I unplugged it in prior hour as I refueled yesterday evening with ethanol fuel. As first Philip when obtaining the car, was gasoline ethanol blend E85, prior to heading to Alito Plaza Center to spectate esports, as I must be going in zero-emission vehicle route where PHEV also electric vehicles and hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. Even electric motorbikes go, as I note motorbike in front of my car, as it must be electric, yes. The all-new 2025 Flex Cycles ZI 400 electric motorbike that I also have. However, in green, white and black, as mine is same color as with my car.
Good thing for my new electric sport motorbike, as the outgoing one was a gasoline sport motorbike from the 2000s, as I take advantage of ZEV route. This as I do note the PHEV hatchie behind me, as I do know him, Zion Zaniels, bro of my friend Mark Zaniels.
ZEV route. I must have to turn and detour around, as I can't go into the ZEV route in my 1995 Honda de Sol. This is the electric and plug-in hybrid, BEV and PHEV. Also H2FC vehicles to use the said route. Thank God my other car is the new 2025 Hyundai Ioniq 5N EV.
I and my relative have to switch vehicles. His relative is driving my crossover as I am driving his 2024 Flex Conix Cross PHEV. This as I was told by Zion to meet with him at Elita City's east side and to follow said route. However, one of the street in the route is a ZEV route in which my crossover cannot go in said route as this PHEV crossover should be suited for it. Thank God battery is full upon departure and plenty of gas. Wawatuki Rika Yozuli in her 1995 Honda D-Soul codename, Phoebe, needs to take an alternate route to get around. My Skyline R32 and Evo 9 remains at home.
Yes, this is your next car should be an EV or at least a PHEV. Pre-hoops with turbocharged engine as I also drive the car being a PHEV, however a roadster with Tanger rooftop same as with Corey Zander's CZ Swift. Turbocharged inline 4 and 3 electric motors.
Although the said DeSoul for the 1995 model year as this is a VTEC trim, originally comes in a 5-speed manual, 1.6-liter 16-valve DOHC VTEC 4-cylinder engine in Granada Black Pearl, NH503P. For the color, painted it white. This however the horsepower and torque was like EHH, 162 PS or 119 kilowatts, 160 bhp and 150 Nm, or 111 pound-feet as before Christmas I had installed a turbocharger to the car as it's now like 250 to 300-ish PS close to double. However is front-wheel drive this as I an Ichigo Alito Starkip has put on aftermarket HEV conversion with Mitchell Sinitron, with 2 electric motors and rear end generator in front. This makes it EAWD with engine FWD, and still 5-speed manual but semi-automated manual with sequential gearing. But the shifter is kinda different, as I get used to the new shifter, as the result being over 400 PS and 500 Nm thanks to the rear electric motors as the 1.6 kilowatt battery is beneath the seats. Although it have alternator and conventional starter as it is kept. Also the 1.6-liter engine is converted to run on ethanol while also running gasoline.
I just checked my rear view. Someone I know, Verwatuki in her 1995 EY0995 Honda DeSoul being a VTEC trim. Is she following my car, the Raptor Mobile? This is I to head to Elite City's east side as the fireworks to go off for Rewa 7 to occur at city's Japantown district at 1000 hours in 15 minutes as the time is 0945 as I mark Z Cryptor, Raptor, Mark Zaniels check the MZ clock on the car dash.
Driver of the hatch, I heard the subject mentioning Rewa 7, is it Japanese New Year, and you being Mark Z?
Verwatuki. Yes as it's 2345 Tokyo, meaning 0945 here as I am Mark Zaniels, Raptor, Mark Z Cryptor from RDK 3000 TriStar. Take note I am on duty as I to be taking photography for the action at Elite City's Japantown district. Thank God for my new camera I received for Christmas.
Which camera?
The decent one used by seasoned and professional photographers as I do photography even in back years.
60、59、58、57、56、55、54、53、52、51、50、49、48、47.
No wonder they end up counting down including Mark Aocontroni Aerosar, Zion Zaniels, Michael Sinitron and Ichigo Alito Starkip, while Julian heads to downtown. As for I to observe how the fellows to celebrate as I don't want my Honda DeSoul car alarm to go off on Rewa 7 fireworks.
Wawatuki, that car being a 1995 model year, close to 20 years old as my cousin drives one of these as I Max V Trolexon also to count down then head downtown. As my cousin is Rick T. His bro is Mark T.
There, got my snacks at the store and drinks. I got my crossover packed up, as I am ready as family heads to Xenopolis City, Xenopolia as I to head to southern end of Blitz Dinoxenia. I must note, approaching 10 AM, 14 hours to, what, is it 10 o'clock already? What with the stupid horn blaring for Rewa 7, this as it sets off the car alarm, someone in Blitz Dinoxenia inside, as I to call Blitz Dinoxenia police on the matter.
Happy Japanese New Year! Rewa 7. 2025, Imperial Year Koki 2685, Year of the Snake. Hope the fellows play it safe here. Compared to the nuisance on Blitz Street, Blitzdinoxenia where some idiot blasted the train horn. They should have blasted it somewhere else but not in the residential street.
Where is such horn originated from?
This to be on the other side of the border, by Blitzdinoxenia resident, as he knew the countdown from a Letopian side and decided to blast such horn. Possibly from a pickup, as I heard sirens. It gets attention to the police but used only the high-low siren.
Thank God, the cops even heard the subject and the driver of the pickup gets instant karma on the spot. This yields time in jail plus 5,000 sickles in fines. Well, it's toward 10:20 as I to head back to the HQ as the fellows play it safe as for the horn blaster on the Blitz Dinoxenia side, he gets arrested by the cops, and vehicle towed. It was determined the horn went off on a timer, alarm clock rigged to switch to the horn.
I must note that I Zion Zaniels, whoa, unexpected passenger from rear seat, and Rover barking, as I must pull over. Who are you?
Casper. I am quite depressed, as some fool called me names and gets picked at me although I am not physically hurt.
Ugh, hold on, I Zion Zaniels, to start voice call with my bro Mark Zaniels immediately. Mark, Casper has landed onto my new body pillow and soft landing in rear of my car next to Rover, Coco and Whiskers enjoying car ride. Casper is not injured but he does need his mental health addressed as swiftly as possible.
Stay in your vehicle, unlock the door, as I to get Casper out of your car, Origami, and the owner has been notified as the fool is escorted out giving 14-day temporary ban. Casper, I Mark Z Cryptor must tell you the person responsible is unwelcome for 14 days as he is escorted out by RDK 3000 TriStar Security, for the acts against you as Origami has since called the psychiatrist. The appointment is booked at 14:30, 2:30 p.m., 2:30 today as it's 11 in the morning.
Thank you.
This as you learned it the hard way. In addition to the 14-day temp ban you are giving a sanction, 3 of these result in indefinite ban. However, the strikes are temporary and expires after 90 days although the door was opened at time of event, otherwise you would have faced 3 to 6 month ban on top of 14-day ban for intentional damage to the door, although I did not expect landing inside a moving vehicle in which driver noted it and alerted. Raptor immediately being his brother Zion. Take note there are signs informing subject the associated penalties. And that even applies to RDK 3000 TriStar KanborD Unit Division in KanborD City, as you are also not welcome there until 14th Starion Kb.P 20.
Welp, Robert Zarkas, would I even be barred from DG KanborZeven KanborZat and KanborDG Arena?
Unsure, it's not the responsibility of RDK 3000 TriStar as you should ask them. However, you are also temp banned from Elto Plaza Center for same duration. Unsure on Altronican and Korhada-Pian counterparts, maybe consider give them a call. I am Mark KanborZeven, friend of Alex Trexkin. I want to know why he is not welcome at Elito Plaza Center in Elite City. Ilitopia aka Huiltapolis or Eltapolis, he and a few of my other friends are spending New Year's Eve here. What gives? I am Robert Zarkers, Kin 2000, Robert X Cryptor from RDK gone from Kanbor City, visiting ELS for New Year's Blitz, this due to fellow who made insult to furry in diapers, who being part of RD-Trex kids in special needs, also did unjust punitive act. At the establishment kicking him out of open front door onto moving vehicle in the rear window as I heard some dog barking being result in Mark Z Cryptor, Mark Zany Els, he to explain the other subject. Yes, Kin 2000, this is Zion Zany Els noted it as Casper landed onto the body pillow onto his car when the rear window was rolled down due to pets enjoying the car ride resulting in Rover, my and Zion's dog, barking and Zion pulling over. You should note the signs on the topic in question. If you have any other questions, let us know. In addition, there is a kiosk indoors on further explanation. I do note the fellows in special needs, anyhow other subject, I do note the fireworks at 1300 hours and 1400 hours local, 2300 hours and midnight KBTS, is there any other events planned in addition to midnight fireworks show here? Yes, other than the Kiplian Quadricentennial and New Canberra Decade, there is to be an esports match in sim racing to be held, previously held at Alito Plaza Center, now being moved to Alito Sphere, in which also had an epic fireworks show for Rewa 7. Being Blitz EREV Esports Sim Racing 2024 Finals, around 13:30 today, this is there to be a watch party of the E-Prix, also fireworks at 1800 hours for New Muni Year. 1800 hours, 0400 KBTS for Muni Year MWY 852, what else? This is it to be the Master 1 for the new Elite Year EY 1025 to occur at 1900 hours Elite City, Choi, and Desi Newt 0500 KBTS, 0000Z also new Trex Year Tx.Y 25 for Trex Land including Trex City up north also the Tronic Diamond New Year TDE 2002. And Universal New Year of 2025 based on Universal Time, UTC or UTK in Canberlish. I must note Kanbor City will not have the fireworks show for subject at 0500 KBTS however laser and light show at RDK can with music is to be some epic, who is to be mastering it? Fellow from RDK gone in Kanbor City also two of the fellows remotely. This including me, Kin 2000, for the music. Which music at 5 o'clock KBTS at stroke of EY 1025 and TDE 2002. Same as with Kiplian Quadricentennial, Rewa 7, Muni Year or kickoff of New Canberra Year Kb.P 20. Not that, it to start with Eurobeat.
Eurobeat? Let me guess. Time will tell by T. Stebbins?
Yepers, anyhow who are you?
Julian Rossakyard, the sauce, I reside from Elita City.
Julian, this equals to 1300 hours, 1 o'clock, p.m. this afternoon for Kiplian NYE, and 1400 hours, 2 o'clock, p.m. for the New Canberra Year, followed by New Muni Year at 1800 hours, 6 o'clock, p.m. and the new Elite Year EY 1025 also new Trex Year and TD Year TDE 2002 at 1900 hours, 7 o'clock, p.m. this evening. Choi and Desi Newt 0 along with the Midnight Fireworks Show for 2025, in addition to esports at the Alito Sphere for competition sim racing in finals. In which was moved from Alito DG Arena thanks due to other event this afternoon over there however I hope it to be related to the Alito NYE or the Blitz EREV, maybe a New Year's LAN party or watch party of the sim racing.
When does the event at Alito Sphere to begin, another event at the EDA?
Sim racing event around 13:30, 1:30 p.m. as for the other event, time to be determined, go listen to the radio tuned to RDKTSR radio service 1 or 2, or Alito News Radio, Alito Speed Radio or Alito GRESP Radio. If it's LAN party then the horn to sound, otherwise to be watch party, some melody to be played, but if it's a surprise esports match, in which I hope it's not the case, then the siren to be sounded with notice to Thunderscope.
Zion Zaniels do note, Alex Trexkin, gets deported from Elite City in Elitopia as I thought he to return back to KanborD City, but nope, he gets sent to Alftronic City as he gets sentenced to death by Tronic Diamond Law thanks to new rule. As he gets executed for physical insult to special vulnerable youngster furry in diaper in special needs. This as it shocks KanborDian authorities as Tronic Diamond Court orders KanborDian Court to deal with his relatives as the house of the Trexkips gets raided into and explodes as the family members gets sent to jail for life for contributions and support to insult to special needs furries in diapers, as relative is part of esports team in South Canberra Metro Province. The entire roster gets permanently banned from matches for the same acts and gets disbanded by court order, and parent company gets forced to liquidate and shut down, also sell the sports teams KanborD City Canberras in soccer to another firm, in which another firm takes over for managing the soccer team in swift move.
This as the subject occurs in December 2024 or IOTA EY 1024.
Ryan M. Cryptor, I Sarah J. Decryptor from RDKCJP, must note, this as the Eratopium television channel gets shut down in following weeks for showing content on brutally attacking furries in diapers after bullying and being picked upon leading to their death, replaced with Eratopian TV channel Vero becoming Aerovision Eratopium feed.
Yes, thanks to new law, England revises the Eratopian broadcasting law on the matter to prohibit showing the content in question.
It to be chicken burgers and chicken sandwiches, and chicken wraps. Why not get it at Trex Chicken in Trex City, Trexland? No. Trexer, it to be from Chicken Hut in Elite City.
Good idea, Mark. This as my sister in Silver City, Corjotopia, who works at Chicken Shack, she told me via messaging in prior hour, the place is quite popular on New Year's Eve, as it would be the same with the Elitopium counterpart Chicken Hut.
Yes, this as I noted to be busy in the forthcoming hours as I to place order now via mobile app. In fact I to call them on my cell as I know the number.
Good thing I Chris K. Cryptor just had my lunch as my brothers Sean and Robert Kystar is at work as I and Mark E. Cryptor had an early lunch there.
Yes, Chris K. Cryptor as I Mark E. Cryptor and my brother Scott Illidistar enjoyed the new type of chicken burgers, chicken stackers. This as I and Chris to head to Studio RDE at 5th floor. Happy New Year, 2025. In Hugh Exitex and Kb.P Inertia. It's midday here in Elite City where it just went midnight in Hex City, also Mudcup City, as we show you live shot of Hex City, Hex Topolia, in which the fellows just rung in the new year of 2025. With the epic fireworks show following ball drop from RDK Hex preformed by the facility in Hex City, also remotely by Hex H Cryptor visiting Elite City for the RDKTSR NYE Gala as Mark K Cryptor of RDKVSP also visiting. Remote started the fireworks show in Mudcup City as others toggle the fireworks across Mudcup City as we wish them a splendid new year. This is we are in 60-minute warning for the Kp.Y and Quadir Centennial as the arrow countdown clock on top left gets updated for the subject. QXatex Union to also celebrate its own new year on February 13, 2025 being kickoff of 1004 XE, occurring noon Elite City on Wednesday February 12, 2025 and 70.8 EMT. 1700 TRX Quad is Beta 13th EY 1025 Elite Day 042 where Kp.Y inertions won't celebrate. This in over 6 weeks, 7 semanas, 4 Viatrocants, and 5 1/4 Splix weeks, in addition to Lunar New Year for Year of Woodsnake at the Chinatown districts of Hex City, Wexy City, and Texas City, also Mudcup City on 29th. This is we welcome back to the NYE special of VWGT. I am Robert James and this is Andrew James.
I am Mark J. Phelps.
I am Melissa Katzenschen.
We report live this hour and the forthcoming hour, or to at Elito Digi Arena at Elite Plaza Center in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia.
Phew! Thank God most of the fireworks did not go off in the downtown as it's only reserved for the subject in next hour. However, with exception of the Elitosphere as it went off for the Hewexatex Civil New Year as it's straight at midnight in Hex City, also Kp.Y inertion as I drive in KanborTronics. Straight past EPC and the S6, even the S6 bell also rang this as I ordered my lunch there. Via mobile app also paid with debit card via app, as I depart there and await my order, as I do give them a honk to inform my arrival, as they should note my car. This is I am countering the bell with some music via car infotainment.
Andrew, turn on the rig, power on the system, it's 12:30, the countdown has started for the Kp.Y and Quarter Centennial for a.KLN Duos Igras I Quarti Novico, Quarti Sentio, 2 Grove 9 dozen 4, 400.
Okay, Steve Trek Sierra, it is powered on just now, as for some reason, the engine kicks in right away as slave battery is half charge and charging now 55%, as I gotta run the generator also to charge up the master battery as the air tanks are full. All fuel tanks are full upon startup. I know Kp.Y and Kingdom and KBE227 Muni World does use the weird alphabet, although I do not have said virtual keyboard installed on my device, as I to use the Latin counterpart and use Western Arabic numerals for the number.
Yes, as it's a must, as many Trek City residents don't understand the Kp.Y and alphabet and number system including those its duodecimal system. Do not use X and E in duodecimal countdown, use A and B instead for 10 and 11 or star and #/ symbol, just like the 2 keys on the telephone on bottom row alongside 0, this is on Wikipedia English on duodecimal. https://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/duodecimal, go load that onto your device, scroll to transdecimal symbols section, onto the table, star for 10 and # for 11.
I do note. I also note the T and E and X and Z as it can be typed using standard physical keyboard, even my microcomputer. As for the others, must use the extended character mode. However, the A and B to be used as part of the omni-digit system from base 11 to base 36 including hexadecimal and duodecimal.
Here's your food. Have a splendid New Year's.
You too, this is we must head back to your car, Mark.
Yes, this is we to head outside now. Ignition is on, as we must take off now.
Where we to be heading?
We to await Mark T while we drive around. Sarah, we to head to see the fellows who's mastering countdown to Kiplian quarter centennial.
Okay, this is we listen to Alito News Radio 95.3, simulcasting Alito News, 24 Dec Mil, Canberra Alito Express NYE Special.
Mark, I to give this to you, as I for some reason have 2 of these. Thank you, Steve.
Mark, you go put it on the car dash.
Now, Mark, go chase down the Tx.Y 25 idols and challenge them for a race at Trex Speedway. This while the Elitopian ones are being challenged by their challengers at Zen Speedway in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia at Zen Speedway. Yours to start between 1300 hours in esports pre-start as they to start around 14:30. Okay, clock at the dash, hope you have a splendid New Year's as I to toggle the Targa roof. Now to put it to sport mode and fire up the engine as we drove mainly electric for most of the drive, as we must chase down the Tx.Y 25 idols. Kia Trockots. Hold on tight. Systems to put us wearing helmets and sport seats in which to put on our harness, here we go.
Whoa. Do be careful, Mark.
Mark G, I challenge you in a race between top of hour and 1:30. On it. To Trex Speedway.
We have to pass you a programming alert. Today's BWGT episode needs to go into intermission for up to 15 minutes. This is We Learn. The BWGT hosts has celebrated the Kipling Quadricentennial. As this alarms Alito GRESP and BWGT and Aero on C-Deucers and the producers at Aero Master Control A, in which production needs a timeout.
To repeat, today's BWGT episode needs to go into intermission for up to 15 minutes. This is We Learn. The BWGT hosts has celebrated the Kipling Quadricentennial. As this alarms Alito GRESP and BWGT and Aero on scene producers and the Good thing the episode did not get cut short, only a half-hour intermission, initially 15 minutes. They should report on the E3 once show resumes at 1:30, as Ichigo Alito Starkip to start video call with cousin, Kenka, Scott Alito Starkip. Scott ESK Cryptor from RDK 3000 TriStar as he's on duty until 5 o'clock, then takes evening off as with Raptor, Farah, Illidatina, Shaker, and Trax Rex, Steel, Rapid and Omega. Konnichiwa Scott. Happy New Kipling Year. Konnichiwa Ichigo. What is up? Where are you? Alito Plaza Center. Thank God Kenka also Raptor, Farah, Illidatina, Shaker, Trax Rex, Steel, Rapid, and Omega plus Blitz 8 stops the VWGT hosts over celebrating even use of Steel's impact horn and Shaker's whistle. This is Mark Z Cryptor, Mark Zaniels, and Corey Z Cryptor. Corey Zanders gives the VWGT hosts something to munch on, also bottled water. About time. I am at Kipling Street in my car, vehicle is on button park and parking brake engaged, as I had to blast Eurobeat in celebration, then heard of the HHK, SHK, and HK style news flash chimes for programming alert on Aero. I had to turn down the volume and listen to the subject. I to be heading to Alito Plaza Center, then head to Zen Speedway by 2:12. Friendly race is delayed, now scheduled at 3 o'clock, initially 2:12, thanks to late response from the Alito NYE25 idols at 1:55, they accept the challenge.